we're in need of the toilet. That one, can't hold it. It's lunchtime, just going to finish lunch and there's something I want to share with you.
What? Guess it?
Looks like it, doesn't it? Okay, on Tuesday I was talking to somebody at work and we have a tracker on our cars. Now probably about 18 months ago, so last October, I had a new ute and since then it's had a vehicle tracker on there. And that's clocked up since I had it in October last year to now, which we're on what, the 1st of April? That's 18 months exactly. I have done 1,131 hours of driving. That's in 18 months. Now you break that 1,131 hours of driving down into days, so divide that by 24, you end up with 47 days. 47 days of the last 18 months I have spent driving. Now, if I'm continuing to do this, so in that 18 months I've done 68,000 kilometres, thereabouts. So that's enough for me to get to London and back. If I was driving from Sydney, that's 16,983 kilometres. So I can get to London and back again. That's a lot of kilometres. Now I'm 36, if I keep working for another 30 years and continue that rate, I'm going to clock over 1 million kilometres. I think it's 1.02 million kilometres. And again, if I keep going at the rate I'm going, I think if I've done my maths right, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, feel free to do the maths yourself and correct me. It works out at 705 days driving. That's in the next 30 years. That's just short of 2 years, so 705 days, that's 25 days short of 2 years sat in my car like that. And people ask how I get through so many audiobooks and podcasts. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thought. For me, it's kind of mind-blowing. So that was what I wanted to share with you. As of this morning, yes? We've not done a great deal this morning. We went out this morning for Charlie's rugby, we came home, we had milkshakes, we played some games. Claire should be home from work soon. In the meantime, I need to go back downstairs and play with Charlie and Eve. But just think about it, 47 days in 18 months, 705 days over the next 30 years. Which, breaking it down, doesn't seem quite right. I'm going to redo my maths on that one and get back to you. Considering this is where I spend so much of my time, I think a clean-up is definitely in order. See, it doubles partly as a work vehicle, cable ties, work, that sort of thing, keys to get into different sites, and partly as a family mobile for when Claire's at work at the weekends I can take Charlie and Eve out, hence the books. Cleaning.
That's the brake, Claire.
Oh, maybe I should drive. So how long has it been since you've driven manual?
A while.
Right, so we've been in the house all day. Finally got out. We were going to go out earlier. We gave Charlie and Eve the option to go out for a milkshake.
And I got out after.
Yeah, you wanted to go, but Charlie didn't want to go. So now that Claire's at home, we've had dinner. We're heading out. So today is the very last day before the clocks change tonight. What is it now? It's 5:25. This time tomorrow, it'll be getting dark. Oh no. made it down here. Not a word is being spoken. Could you get any closer, Neve?
One mum.
Sure. Do you remember walking down this exact bit of beach probably 8.5 years ago, saying, do you think you can probably make it here? Think you could probably stick it?
How long ago was that?
8.5 years. It would have been what, January 2009? What were we doing? Kind of weighing up the pros and cons. What did you say? There's nothing. I can't remember what you said. There's nothing. There's no kind of there's no history.
Yeah.
I had a very weak argument of the rocks. What you doing, Neve? What else did we talk about?
Don't know, have to get the video.
Well, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh.
It's not just the two of us now, though, is it? In fact, that's probably better. And 8.5 years later, we're still here. Got this one and another one all the way down there. It's not a bad place to be. I've been on about the end of summer for such a long time, and that's it. Even though summer's finished, now daylight savings is finished. Or daylight savings starting. Daylight savings finishing or starting? Right, I'm going into hibernation, see you in the spring. No, of course I'm not going into hibernation for the winter. The stairs, because then we wouldn't have made it onto a train. In a minute. Off the train, straight to another one. It does involve lots of walking before we get to it. It's just warm down here, isn't it? Nowhere near as easy with two children. You see, we're not in Sydney for a long time, but we are here for a particular reason. So, lunch, and we're heading off. It's been a very short trip. We're almost back at Central now, train back home. Our train's in 2 minutes, literally. No, number 10 we need, that's number 15. Very likely we're going to miss it. Keep going straight ahead. Platform 10 we want. Keep going. Number 10's the next one. Oh, this one, Charlie, this one. Charlie. Run.
Stopping at Vickers.
Is this the one?
Civic.
Yep.
Newcastle.
You on? It's alright. Genuinely didn't think we'd make that.
Me neither.
How are you doing this?
We're back in the car again. This time we're heading out, just me and... So we're just off to see Lego Batman. Probably expect a really detailed review. Probably not actually. We'll just probably say if it's any good or not. What did you think?
Good.
Enjoyed it?